What is up? Welcome back to Bleach Boys. Back for another week of Bleach news. A very slow week this week because we got a bunch of stuff last week. It was nonstop talking about Bleach. This week we have a very skewed amount. We pulled it back, but we have a few Klub Outside questions to talk about. One of them, I feel like this could have been Pythi's asking. They want to know if Kubo has played any Dark Souls games before.
Ooh. Yeah.
And there are a couple other that were asked as well. And then Kubo also relates to Onitsuka Tiger. Have you heard of these? They're a very popular shoe in Japan. We're probably going to get some when we go for our honeymoon, but he related the Onitsuka Tigers to Bleach, so we'll be talking about that as well. There's a new Grimmjow figure coming out by Tsume that I sent to Jose.
Oh my god!
It's going to be ungodly expensive, and it's only 600 pieces. So we'll talk about that as well. There was a hot button topic debate happening online of did Bleach Rebirth of Souls actually sell a lot of copies or did it flop? I have some statistics for you guys to go over, and then Divine Departure has a question from us about some zanpakutos of lieutenants from the Discord. So we'll be talking about that, all that, and more with some Seireitei Times coming up on this episode.
Also, Jose and I have both watched the new episode of Vigilantes.
Actually, I did not. I totally forgot.
Was it not Jose in our Instagram chat that said watch Vigilantes?
Yeah, I got home later than I expected from work.
That's crazy.
Okay, so
I tried to watch it at
one that's
work.
caught up then.
I mean, I've read it.
Jose messaged us before the podcast and he was like, hey, make sure you guys watch Vigilantes. And then the motherfucker is sitting right here, right next to me, not having watched Vigilantes.
It's okay. I'll know what you're talking about, Pythis.
Okay. Well, let's do a little bit of a reverse here. Let's start with the Klub Outside questions. Let's rip it from the top. I'm going to actually just go straight to the Dark Souls one. And then there's actually a great classic Kubo answer at the very, very bottom here that we're going to get to.
I guarantee the answer is a 2-letter answer, and it's fucking no.
So the first one is, have you ever played any big titles developed by FromSoftware like Dark Souls? And Kubo just straight up goes, nope. I'm interested in them, but since I'm terrible at action-based games, they're too complicated for me.
Absolutely fair.
I think exactly fair.
Yeah.
I love those games. They are not for everybody.
They are not for the weak-hearted, you know?
Oh, now we're calling Kubo weak-hearted, huh?
I have tried.
He might be a hollow.
I've tried to get so many of my friends to play them, and they just bounce right off.
I've seen Sam when he used to stream Dark Souls, and he used to the face of frustration.
Listen, those games are meant to be frustrating. You just have to go into it with the fact that you're gonna get killed and have no idea why, and then you just gotta go back. It's fine.
Did you not beat the first boss with no power?
Oh, I
up, right?
whooped that first boss's ass. I bonked my head against the wall for 4 hours, but I did it.
We're losing it in the. I remember watching you do that.
I was losing it.
Okay, it was you.
Because it went from Sam, you're an idiot, you're never gonna win, to 4 hours later, we're all cheering, you can do it, I believe in you.
Dude, I remember. I was like, dude, oh my god, he's gonna do it.
Yeah. You just gotta learn the patterns. It's just a little bit of pattern recognition, and you do it enough times, you're bound to succeed.
Hey, just throwing it out there. If you ever want any stream content, I will play Dark Souls and you can just commentate over it.
Okay,
I know what the fuck I'm doing.
I do think the last time I played Elden Ring, though, I did hit a point where people were like, okay, now for real, you need to actually go level up because you can't beat this guy. And I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah. Sam was 5 bosses from the end of the game.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Sam, he had to beat Fire Giant, he had to beat Godskin Duo, he had to beat the fucking dog. Everybody, the dog that can get Tsuka Tensho. Then he had to beat.
Shame I didn't make
he had to beat Macho Man Randy Savage, and then he had to beat a naked man that turns into a big space dragon.
Damn.
Okay.
Elden Ring
was almost on the precipice of greatness. So that being said, I think the co-op version of that game looks like a lot of fun. So
Night Rain looks great.
Yep. Next Klub Outside question, another very short one. Do Shino Madarame, which is Ikaku's sister cousin relation somehow, and Yumichika get along well? And Kubo responded, they're friends.
Nice.
Yeah. So
nice.
Do with that information. I feel like that's a very Japanese-asked question. It's like, oh, they want to know if these two people get along well. Obviously, Yumichika is the best friend of Ikaku, so you would hope they get along well. And he's just like, well, yeah, they're friends. It's like, okay.
Yeah, they're homies. They get along.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I wonder what they would do together. Maybe that's how they got the feather things in their hair.
Ah, yeah, they're twinning. Mm-hmm. It's like their best buds logo.
Friends.
Mm-hmm. And the last question, which is incredible. Get ready for this one. This is a classic Kubo answer. It cracked me up reading it for the first time. And here's a long question. Ready? There are certain characters, example, Kenpachi, who don't have any likes in terms of food. So Kubo usually lists like what characters like for their food and things like that. And the person wants to know, is that because they're living a lifestyle that prevents them from acquiring preferences, or have they just been raised in such a way where like they don't really like any sort of food like that? Kubo responded, here we go. They simply answered that they don't have any in the survey. So when they were asked as captains, as lieutenants, they just put they don't have any. That's the only reason why. They probably like a lot of food. They just decided to put NA on
NA, not available.
Yep.
I feel like Kenpachi would be a huge like meat on stick guy.
Yeah. I think typically the strong brawny characters that like they just eat the meat raw.
Unless he like flips it on us and goes like he's actually a vegetarian and just like eats bell peppers and stuff.
He's actually really big into tofu ramen. He really likes that. Like that's what he's all about. It's like,
I feel like tofu ramen would fall under what ukitake.
Oh yeah.
Just always not
Kira.
feeling well. True, actually, he would just be a regular bowl of ramen, right?
No salt.
No salt, or he would do a miso soup with seaweed.
So I didn't actually know that like the survey is supposed to be in universe. I thought it was all from Kubo's God's Eye perspective.
Nope.
So now
It's
now
in
I'm
universe.
picturing like Kenpachi is throwing down with some guy and Shuhei is there with a notebook like, sir, I would like to ask your preference. What preference?
What is preference?
Yeah, it's like I don't have any. Go away. Like probably half of the captains answer that exact same way, and it's like poor fucking Shuhei just put they don't have any.
And A just walks away sad. What would be their food of choice? Like if we start from Yamamoto.
Tea.
Well, Yamamoto is very classic, so yeah, like a tea.
He also
He'd be
likes
tea
sweet
specifically because oh, there you go.
Well, yeah, I'm sure we have the answers to some of them, right? Because some of them have answered. Just the one example they gave was Kenpachi. Those were your Klub Outside questions. Now, we typically talk about the comment that he leaves on his club as well, which the comment was very interesting, I think. And it's very relevant because my fiance's been talking about these damn shoes nonstop. And then the Onitsuka Tiger shoes. And I guess you can get them in America. You just have to like order them and they ship over. It's not hard to get. But Onitsuka Tiger, if you go to their store in Japan, they'll personalize the shoe for you.
Yeah.
So like they'll like embroider or whatever. You put whatever you want on your shoe. And it's like a big tourist and local thing where they want to get personalized Onitsuka Tigers while you're out there.
Do they
So
have
a lot of
my
people get them.
size? I'm like a 14 wide.
So I don't think they're going to have either of our sizes by these because they just don't. I have ordered shoes from
my
Japan
God,
before.
that's terrifying.
And I'll tell you right now, I think they stopped at an American 12 is where they stopped at. So
I could not fit.
they definitely are not going to have it. My fiance's in heaven out there. They have her size.
Everything
in
is her
all-
size.
in all of the things. It's great. But Kubo looks like he went and got an Onitsuka Tiger because he comments, I don't know if it comes across in the photo, but the Onitsuka Tiger shopping bag is seriously giving off Bleach vibes because it's a black shopping bag with just white text. That's it. And he says, lately, I've been checking all sorts of things for work too, but they're all things I can't talk about. So I've got nothing I can say.
God damn it! Why is he teasing like that?
He's just edging us more.
He knows. He knows
Which
he's got us.
I feel like it's still good because he's probably like, yeah, I got to give a comment out. But he's like, I'm literally working on stuff that I cannot physically talk about. So it's like, hey, guys, I'm doing a lot of work. I promise, but I just can't say
Now,
anything
do you
about it.
think he's not allowed to say anything because of the company, or is it like he's keeping it to himself?
Oh, well, it's definitely the company. From a marketing perspective, you don't want to, like, imagine, they blew Shinji's Bankai in one of the trailers for Core 2. Like, imagine if Kubo already put out, like, hey, guys, look forward to Core 2. Shinji's Bankai is going to be in there. It would still have been very exciting, but it would have lessened the blow.
Yeah, I agree.
I mean, let's be honest. Considering how much new stuff there's going to be in there, do you think there's anything that we already know about?
I think so. I think there's probably stuff that we can point to and be like, okay, well, like, we kind of expect that was going to happen.
Dude.
Like, he could have told us about some of that stuff, but I think the less, and I think we've all agreed on this, the least we know, the better.
Oh my God, it's gonna be so much better.
Especially because it's the last score. Gotta enjoy
Can you
it.
imagine the figures that come out of
Oh,
it?
yeah, it's gonna be fire.
Oh my
gonna be fire.
God.
Do you think we can get a giant figure of 3-piece combo happening?
Dude,
That'd be so fucking cool.
the way I pictured it is it's gonna be like his torso, maybe like from up, and then he's gonna be doing this, and you're gonna have Hitsugaya's brother on one side, then you're gonna have Kenpachi, and then you're gonna have Byakuya with I don't know, one of them coming from up top. I feel
here's the figure I want, and I want some like Chinese statue maker to make this figure. Okay, so it's gonna be the final battle: Yhwach, Aizen, Ichigo facing Ichigo and Aizen facing Yhwach, and I want it to reclaim the scene where Aizen gets stabbed by Yhwach and he thinks it's Ichigo.
Yes.
And I want it to be where one half of the model right down the middle shows Ichigo, the other half shows Aizen as he's stabbed right in between his chest, and so that way you can turn the figure and you can decide if it's going to show it as Aizen or Ichigo, and then you have Ichigo getting ready to do his slash from behind at that same moment. That's the one that I want.
That's fucking badass.
I got one. I want the scene of Aizen. He's got his arms outstretched. He's saying, "Welcome to my soul society," but the broken chair is in the background.
And the chair has to be
very specifically. The chair has to be there
because he hates it.
Mm-hmm.
I want Grimmjow ripping Askin's heart out.
Oh,
okay,
that'd
be cool.
That could legit happen.
Yeah, very, very highly likely that
really
figure comes through. Let's swap over to the Grimmjow figure that is coming out. I did a little bit of research on it, so there's not a lot of information on what this figure is going to be. Aside from it's Tsume, we've talked about before our deep love for Tsume. It's been something that we've loved this company since high school. They're very hard to get in the United States because it's a French company and it's very expensive because of that. I can only imagine the prices with tariffs. Have your guys' emails been getting blown the fuck up by emails about tariffs?
Well, my work directly gets impacted by that, and it's been nonstop annoying.
Every company that I've been subscribed to, and I think it's partially because I'm subscribed to a lot of like Japanese anime stuff where they're going to get affected by tariffs and bring it in and stuff like that. Everyone has been sending me an email like either, hey, letting you know the price is going to increase, or hey, we're pausing until we figure out what's going to go on. It's like, oh, crap.
Yep.
And just my whole email is crazy. So, Grimmjow's getting a statue.
Do you have a link to this Grimmjow figure? I want to know what it looks
There's
like.
no picture of this. There's no picture. So, they just announced, and they literally showed the base, which looks like sand. So I assume it's some sort of Hueco sand setup for Grimmjow. But it's part of the Ikigai series, which is a new line that they're doing. And I have the description, which might give us a better guess of what this could be. So they put, after 10 years of creation and innovation in the field of collectible figurines, the Tsume team is proud and happy to present its brand new range of statues, Ikigai by Tsume. The Ikigai range, which is mainspring in Japanese is what it stands for. It features one of the protagonists of your favorite licenses, generally at a 1/6 scale, in a ultra dynamic pose going on the attack, which was inspired by the expectations of our fans, yada yada, so on and so forth. So, just like the Ulquiorra one that we saw, this Grimmjow one should be him doing some form of an attack. We can see the sand, so I would assume it's probably release form.
Ichigo, arms up with the claws.
Well, it's only one character typically. I've not seen any Ikigai that has more than one character in it. So here's an example, like the One Piece ones where they're all like kind of getting ready to do an attack. There's no other characters in it.
I could see Grimmjow in the Zoro pose.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah, something like that.
Maybe Grimmjow like shooting off some of his little blue claw bullshit that's going on. But there's only 600 pieces. And it comes out, we're recording this on the 24th. They're dropping it on the 25th at like 2 a.m. or something.
2 a.m.,
like
yeah.
Yep.
I have an alarm set.
Yeah, they're going to send out an email, so you can sign up for an email. They'll send you an email 15 minutes before the full release, and that way you can buy it first if you're subscribed to the emails. But dude, best of luck.
It's going to sell out so quick.
The Ulquiorra one sold out so quick. I was signed up for it. I went to sleep, forgot about it, and then it was sold out by the time I woke up at 8 a.m. It was gone.
Oh, I'd be so sad.
I have a question for you guys concerning figures. I'm not a One Piece fan, but there is a scene in One Piece that was crazy hype. Do they have a figure that is like all of the Straw Hats standing on the castle when they're about to go fight CP9?
I don't think so. I know exactly the scene where they burn the flag.
That's a really good scene.
That shit was sick. I would love to have that up somewhere.
It's a weird world that we live in that it seems like a lot of the times, I don't know if it's just because they don't actually get the license, a lot of those big scenes are like really epic moments. You typically find them in like Chinese statue makers. They'll make them and then you won't see them in an official capacity at all. I don't believe they do.
That's a shame. That's a real shame.
That would be so cool.
But One Piece has a non-stop ending flow of figures. So
true, they're constantly coming out.
Who's to really say they don't go back and do that? People, I mean, that's still one of the most iconic moments of the manga and the anime for sure.
Oh, that would be so cool if you could get that. That's like a diorama thing.
It's like the most upsetting because there is an anime shop like near my house that does anime figures, but the wall is exclusively One Piece. And I'm like, but where's the Fate stuff? That's all I care about.
Yeah, One Piece is everywhere. It's just so popular, which I mean is deserved. By the time this podcast comes out, I will have gone to Universal FanFest nights, so that'll be happening Saturday.
Saturday, right?
Oh yeah, that Sunday. Thing. You've been talking about that forever.
Yeah, I know it's finally happening, so I'll be going Saturday.
VIP.
I saw some people they've already gone. They had like a preview night, I guess.
Oh.
So they're
probably like friends and family.
Like friends and family, yeah. So they'll do like a dry run of it. So I seen some of the stuff. The Dungeons and Dragons things look really cool.
Oh, that's so fun.
I have no idea if this is true. I'm gonna spout it as fact. I saw a TikTok and someone was showing they have a beholder. That it looks like very. Like actually made animatronic, and somebody in the comments said that the beholder was made by Jim Henson,
no way,
the Muppet guy, and like that's how the animatronic works. So don't know if that's true at all.
I mean, if it is, oh my god,
it looked really good.
Old then because he's fucking dead.
Well, his company still produces stuff because they're still doing like the Dark Crystal Muppets and stuff like that. It looked really fucking good, like really, really good. So I am now most excited for the Dungeons and Dragons stuff. They showed a little bit of what it is for the Back to the Future. So you take the tram, they take you to the normal route where there's the Back to the Future little lot. You get off, and then it's basically like they have a bunch of people role playing, like they're back from the 70s or whatever. And
that's interesting.
Yeah, it's cool. So you get to walk around. So you get to get off the tram, which is very cool, and you get to walk around. And then I didn't see much from the Star Trek one. I saw some stuff from the Jujutsu Kaisen one. So it's taking over the Shrek 4D theater.
Okay.
And it's basically like an not interactive, but it's like a show with moving seats, basically.
Okay.
So you're going to sit in like a 4DX chair, and it's going to, stuff's going to happen. You're going to get sprayed, and the chair's going to shake, so on and so forth. They have a lot of the merch already out for FanFest nights. Some of it looks good. Some of it looks crap. It's just how it goes. The food looks really cool. They have a lot of themed food. They have like a devil fruit that you can eat as well, which is cool. So it'll be interesting to see how good it is. There's supposed to be a lot of character meet and greets. So like an example, One Piece has a big character meet and greet that they do where you can meet. I've seen Nami and Zoro so far.
Oh, cool.
And Luffy. They don't look the best. I mean, also it's Hollywood. Like, let's get the One Piece actors from the show.
Come on. Yeah, let's.
But I don't know if they're still in the middle of filming in Africa.
I would 100% go if they got Nami.
That would be crazy. That would be really.
If they got Nami, 100%. I would.
I actually saw an interview with the guy that plays Smoker, and he looks okay.
Yeah,
he looks legit.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yep, they just did a TikTok like little Q&A with him, and he looks really good. He's got the right facial build.
Yeah,
for
he's
Smoker.
got like that. He's got the jawline, and then with his hair slicked back, I'm like, yep, he'll look just like him.
I'm so excited.
No, Smoker didn't have slick back until later.
So excited for season 2, man.
Me too.
What a strange world to think you're excited for a season of One Piece, Pythes.
I know, because I've been on the record. I don't like One Piece, but live action was pretty good. I think it was the martial arts.
I want to see who Robin too, because I know they were talking like it was such a huge deal who they were going to cast as Robin.
If she doesn't have the cowboy hat, I'm out.
I think 100% announced it already. I think they already announced.
They announced the actress, right? Okay, yep. I just haven't looked at it.
Oh, speaking of, have you guys seen the casting for the live action Kakegurui series on Netflix?
I have seen a brief moment of the trailer, but that's one of those animes that has just been in permanent purgatory in my mind. Is like people hold that show so highly regarded.
Really?
Like, I'm gonna eventually. I see it all the time.
Yeah, a lot of people talk about it.
It's fun, wacky schlock. It's not good, but it's good. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get exactly what you mean, and I always see people talk about it. I'm like, I'm gonna watch that eventually. I'm gonna watch that.
It's on the list.
I'm not gonna watch the Netflix adaptation. So I saw like the first maybe 15, 20 seconds, and I was like, yeah, I don't need to see any more than that.
Yeah, absolutely. I'd rather watch the live action Japanese version, and I'm not looking at that one either.
I took a little bit of inspiration from you, Pythes, and I immediately got caught. So I tried to do something. I was on my computer earlier, and I was hard away editing, getting some audio ready, whatever. And I was like, I could really use something to do on my second monitor. What should I be playing? I loaded up Bleach Brave Souls. I loaded up Bleach Brave Souls and put it on the second monitor.
Oh no.
I was not online for maybe like 2 minutes, and our boy Voss the Moss immediately caught me playing BBS. Like, screenshotted it, like put it in the Discord, like Like, I got caught out instantly.
Damn.
Man. And I loaded up. I received all my rewards because it's their 100 million celebration or 100 million download celebration,
Also,
which
like
is, by the
10
way,
years.
correction from last week. They're leading up to their 10-year anniversary celebration. They were doing the 100 million download celebration last week, and they revealed a new version of Ulquiorra Segunda Etapa and Vassalorda Ichigo, of course. Honestly, how excited can I really be that they keep fucking working Ulquiorra and goddamn Vassalorda Ichigo?
Like that? There's like
rinse
8
and
versions.
repeat. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, man, that's crazy. But they're, of course, the best units in the fucking game because they're now required for everything. So, like, the guild quest, you need them. So I did the guild quest. I loaded up and I like playing. I genuinely like doing the guild quest in the game. I think it's one of the best modes. There's a new attribute tree. Did you see that when you loaded up, Pythes?
Yes, it was weird.
Yes.
I don't understand.
It was
dude.
really
it's too
weird
for my brain.
I clicked on it and I clicked around a little bit. It's like, I'm going to wait. I'm not going to press anything on there. Then I went over and I did Guild Quest. I still did a great fucking job in Guild Quest. I made it to Nightmare and I couldn't complete Nightmare. But that's how Voss found me. He saw that I completed a Guild Quest and he immediately caught me out. What else? So I did all my summons. Of course, I got fucking nothing. Caleb's like, go fuck yourself.
I finally completed my Nemu collection.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
The only one I did not have is the black swimsuit with the sexy back arch.
Yeah.
Finally got it.
Finally got it. I made sure to level it up all the way and everything to
Nice,
make myself
Now
happy.
save those.
Yeah, they had
orbs
another
for the
one
new
of-
one.
True.
Dude, I have 900 orbs, but not because I've been playing, just because
That's a solid
I log in.
amount, but it's not also a solid amount at the same time.
I
So,
need like 1,500,
yeah,
right?
1,500 is a solid 5-stepper. So that'll get you there.
I have.
Oh God.
You've reminded me, so I'm going to log in for a free summon. I believe I have 5,000 something.
That's
Damn,
good.
that's good. Oh,
Yeah.
I also did get all Bambis in their swimsuit.
Let's go.
Oh, that's good too.
Yeah.
I failed really hard to get Bambi, and it drove me fucking crazy.
I just logged on and I saw that there was a chance and it was the first summon. So I was like, oh, it's free. Let's do it. I got it. And I was like, I'm done.
Yeah, they have one of those like pick 10, get 1 things going on
Yeah,
again right now.
yeah.
So you can like pick like any of the old shit and get them. So I just always pick the top 10, whatever I don't have. Just
Whatever's
bing,
not
bing,
in-
bing,
yeah.
bing, 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 and I just send it.
And then, of course, I got called unoriginal because I summoned Robert Acutron. And then I sent it to Robert and went, hey, man, check it out. I got you. And he said, yeah, you and literally everybody else has sent me this. And I was like, oh, I thought I was being cool.
So funny. I just imagine Pythes being so excited, like, oh, I gotta
Oh,
show
I got
Robert.
Robert.
Gotta show Robert. Robert's like, leave me the fuck alone. Like, stop sending me this.
So he was so mad.
Yeah, and then I loaded up to it and I wanted to do, they have Ulquiorra in the epic raids right now, so they let me go ahead and do the epic raids. So I went and loaded up. Nobody wanted to play with me because they only wanted the new Ulquiorra for the Ulquiorra epic raid. So they said Ulquiorra only, Ulquiorra only, Ulquiorra only. So I said, I'll go fuck myself and play Senkaimon, I guess. So I went over and I saw Senkaimon. Senkaimon's all different now, all completely different. So now they have, you load up Senkaimon, there's only one. Well, there's multiple like little tabs you can click on, but when you're on the first tab, you have a selection of Soul Reapers only, Squad Zeros only, Captains only, whatever. There's like 3 like descriptions, and then there's 3 sets of missions that you can do per little thing. So for the example, I clicked on the Soul Reaper only one. And then the Soul Reaper only one was like, okay, do you want to do mission set 1, mission set 2, mission set 3? I was like, let me do mission set 1. And mission set 1, it starts like easy, very hard, whatever the fuck, and then each one it has a new like requirement. So an example, the first one you can do whatever the fuck you want. It has to be Soul Reaper only. Second one, like pick whoever you want, but you have to do it with 1 less item on. Then you go to the next one. Okay, now you do it 2 less items on, and then you win, easy peasy.
Just a bunch of rules.
Yeah, and then each time, just like the regular Senkaimon, you lock those characters. So I finished the first set, and I was like, all right, cool, let me go to the second set. So I went to the second set under the same Soul Reaper one, and then it was like, oh, you still can't use the ones you used in the first set. I was like, oh, like I didn't realize that. I just wasted all my good
Gotta
ones
start
all the
with
way
the
down
bad
there.
ones.
Yeah. So then I stopped playing at that point, and then I went into Discord, and Voss was immediately calling me out and shouting how I was playing BBS. So
Well, rip on that. So I have 5,402 orbs.
damn, that's really good.
Jesus.
That's really good.
And I did my free summon, and I just got a new Kira
Okay, congratulations.
and a new Hollow Ichigo.
Ooh,
Both of these are garbage,
okay.
but that's new orbs.
Yep,
That's right.
and that's
Speaking
all we
of-
live for.
Speaking of Sam playing games, I happened to see, because I was on Discord, like right before I went to set everything up for recording, I was like, oh, I don't need to hurry for shit. Sam playing Apex again.
Dude,
you're on Apex again?
I'm so addicted to that game right now. That's my new addiction. So I've swapped now. So I was originally really addicted to Dark and Darker. I've swapped off that now. Now I'm playing Apex Legends. I'm really loving Apex Legends right now. So they have just done a really big update, and I say just done. Maybe this was done like a month ago, and it's new to me. They have they have lessened the time to kill. So they have made it so that it's quicker to kill everybody in the game.
Oh, so as soon as the round starts.
No. So time to kill refers to the amount of time it takes you to like deplenish an opponent's health.
Oh, I see.
Is what it's referring to. So before, with one of the big complaints with Apex Legends is because they have their shields and they have their health, it takes a really long time to kill anybody in that game. And that's fine, but a lot of times what happens is you're kind of doing this Hatfield and McCoy show where you're just shooting at each other from across the way and you're just perpetually healing like nonstop and nobody's dying, you know? Now they made it like you could get fucking bursted down really quick. So you could like run along and you could really one clip somebody and they're just done.
Damn.
Like it's just over. So it feels much quicker now, and they have added a new similar. Did you play the new Overwatch mode that just came out?
Oh, the stadium mode?
Have you played it yet?
No, because I'm waiting to get paid so I can buy all the free skins.
So they have added a little bit of a twist to the Apex Legends ones, where now each legend you have 2 upgrades that you will achieve within the match. And so So what'll happen is you'll unlock one upgrade and you have 2 choices, and usually it's something. So like an example. I'm playing this new one. Her name is, I don't know, Arlok or something. That's the fucking One Piece bad guy. I don't remember what her name is.
Arlong.
But she can create fucking portals, and she's really goddamn good. And so her first one is like, oh, do you want to receive the benefits of being part of the recon class? Or do you want to receive benefits of being part of this the support class? And so the support class, you get like faster revives, you could open up additional crates, so on and so forth. Or the recon class, you get access to terminals which you can activate, and it kind of scans and shows you where people are, and it also highlights them when you're aiming down the scope. So I always go recon, but
makes sense.
You can pick, and each legend has their own one. So another one like a Caustic, the guy with the gas, you could go, do you want to be able to throw your your little gas things farther, or do you want your gas vision like to be clear for you, like you can see really well in the gas? And then you have a second one, same thing, and then you max out. So it's kind of cool. It keeps it kind of interesting. You can play around with it and see what you like. If you're something like my boy Black Sheep, you just pick the same 2 every single time. You just never change off of it because those are the best ones you want. It's all you want. But it's a lot of fun. And they have a new map that they added that I think is really cool. It's cyberpunk themed. So it's like dark, and there's a lot of neon and stuff like that. It's a lot of fun. I'm having a really good time playing it. They have added dual wielding for some guns. So now you can dual wield a Mozambique.
Jesus
and you can just run
Christ.
in and just shoot the fuck out of somebody. So it's cool. I'm enjoying it. It's a lot of fun. I was done, by the way, like fucking 15 minutes before we were supposed to start recording. So I was ready. I was good to go. But I was playing up until the last second. It's a lot of fun.
So you've just convinced me to never play Apex Legends again.
Yeah. So I get it, but that was the biggest complaint for Apex for all of the other like diehard shooter people, is that the time to kill was too high.
Those people are crazy. I remember long drawn out duels in Halo 3, that being the best way to play a shooter, and then like Call of Duty came out and it was all Twitch reflexes
super fast paced,
and I can't do it, man. I just can't do it.
Dude, speaking of like games, my wife has been upset because she's still, the grind mode for Rivals.
Mm-hmm.
She just found out that no one is playing healers.
Oh, Jose, okay. I'm sorry. I'm gonna be a not grumpy old man on the internet. So
do it.
I have just seen nonstop clips of some fucking streamer. I don't remember what his name is. It's like Nexus or something like that. And everybody's raging against this guy because I guess all he plays is like Spider-Man, like these dive champions, like Spider-Man, Black Panther, whatever.
The dive characters.
Yes, and like that's what he likes to play. That's his prerogative. But I guess every time they add like a buff or a nerf, obviously a lot of the support mains are like, yo, what the fuck? Because now I'm just going to get roasted in the back. And playing support, same thing as it was in Overwatch, is a thankless job.
Oh, 100%.
You generally get screamed at if you don't win. And if you do win, the DPS take all the credit for it. You really don't ever get a win-win in there. And you don't have any sort of satisfaction, whereas like if you're DPS, you get kills. So it's great. You're having a great fucking time. If you're support, sometimes you win, but ultimately your people are going to die. It's just going to happen. So it's a hard boat to be in, and it's very, very thankless. But I guess he was upset that the support community keep bitching about every buff and nerf that happens, and they have become so loud that the Marvel Rival devs are changing stuff that shouldn't be changed. This is how I understand it. So he went out and he was like, you know what, fuck support mains. You guys are a bunch of bitches. All you guys do is fucking cry, yada yada, so on and so forth. So now I have seen the opposite side of it, which I also am like, oh, I don't care. Like I'm swiping past this stuff. Like, stop showing it to me. But it's also, I see like the first fucking 5 seconds, and it's now support main saying, firstly, fuck Nexus. He shouldn't be opening his mouth. Blah, 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 blah. And secondly, support is really hard and da da da. So now in response, we're not gonna play support.
Dude, it's the dumbest fucking thing ever. And I'm just like, you guys aren't going to get past bronze. Everyone's stuck in bronze right now.
And I guess it's a big like community push that they're all trying to come together to make it so nobody plays support. So that way, like the people who play DPS have to try to play support. This is the tale as old as time, dude. A tale as old as time. Any team-based shooter, any team-based anything, nobody wants to play healer. Nobody wants to fucking play it. It's been that way since video games has been fucking created. Nobody wants to play the goddamn healer. I don't know how you fix it. I'm not the fix-it guy. I'm just saying this has been a thing forever.
It's fucking funny because me and Danny both have lords on healers, and we're always like, I'm just gonna go play whatever the fuck I want.
Yeah, like it sucks, and like playing a healer sucks. And if a healer's too good, it breaks the whole game.
Yes.
So like you think of somebody like OG Mercy when she used to just pop her ultimate and she would heal. She would revive everybody all at once, instantaneously. Then they nerfed it, and then everyone's like, "Oh well, Mercy sucks." And then they changed it. It's like, okay, well, she can now heal like one person. And it's like, well, that's still too broken because she gets an instant revive. It's so on and so forth, and it's the same thing with dive characters, the same thing with tanks. Dude, and you go back and forth over and over and over. It's just triggering my Overwatch like. I don't know.
It's the PTSD, and I totally get it. My wife really wants me to play with her all the time, so I'll be like, okay, I'll load up, and then I get frustrated, and then I remember why.
Do you pocket
Overwatch
healer?
Huh?
Do you pocket healer?
No.
Damn, you're a horrible husband, Jose.
I tell her what she needs to do sometimes,
but
she's like,
Jose.
She don't want to hear
I
it.
bet she gets so mad.
She doesn't get mad, but she goes like, I'm trying to do this. I'm like, you're the only one on our team on the opposite side of the map fighting 6 people. I'm like, we can't heal you. I hope you understand that. After a while, she'll be like, hey, you were right. I'm like, yeah, it happens. It's okay. Inside, I'm dying.
You guys are crazy. You guys are crazy, dude.
This is why Pythes plays single-player games.
See, Pythes, I love single-player games, but there's just the appeal to these games is fucking amazing for me. They all look anime-ish. They're bright colored. It gets my ADHD like to focus. It's just nice.
I can't play team games, man. The closest I ever came to team game is Monster Hunter, and you're responsible for your own shit in Monster Hunter.
Just with team-based games, I just feel like you have no right to complain because you're signing yourself up to rely on 4 random people on your team that you have no control over what they're doing. You don't know if they even have their goddamn headphones in. You don't even know if they're like, I don't know, blind in one eye. You have no fucking idea. They could be holding a kid in one hand and playing it at the same time. You have no idea what they're doing. And then it always turns into a fucking just screaming match constantly.
Dude, the worst is when it's like, I'm sorry for anyone who's a console player for those kinds of games. Usually they have like the hot mic at all times.
Oh yeah.
And they're either yelling, there's a lot of noise in the background, and it blows up my ears, and I'm just like, I'm just gonna have to mute you. I'm so sorry.
Yep. But once you break a certain ceiling, so like an example, like for Overwatch, I think weirdly enough, it was like Diamond. Is where you have to break to kind of get past everybody being a shithead. Because once you get up high enough, you're playing with other people who like fully understand the game, and it is a very different scene. And I would assume it's the same way for Marvel Rivals, but I've heard the Marvel Rivals bell curve is very fucked up right now, and they haven't quite figured out a good way to even that out.
It's kind of funny sometimes. I don't really care for ranks, but my wife really does. She wants really badly to get past gold.
I think that's the barrier.
Yeah, and I told her, I'm like, look, it's really hard unless we're playing in a full-on team.
But even if you play in a full-on team, so like when Danny and I used to play Overwatch a lot, it was almost better to just play duos because if you play on a full-on team, they're going to give you another full-on team to play against just because that's how matchmaking works.
Yeah.
And then you're going to get stomped.
Very true.
I also can't deal with games where I'm not allowed to choose the character I play.
Yeah, where somebody else takes your character.
Okay, so I played Apex Legends the day it came out because a friend of mine really wanted to do it. And I wanted to pick the ninja, and someone else picked the ninja, and I said, but I want the ninja. Can't we just both be the ninja?
Yeah.
And he said, no, that's
girl?
not how the game works. And then we played.
She, for the longest time, was the number one picked legend, so the worst one you could have picked.
So I was like, so I played like 3 rounds and then uninstalled the game. I was like, why would I play a game where I can't choose who to be? This is dumb.
Now, if you play, you really have no problem because there's a ton of legends, and then it's like maybe 25 or something like that, and a lot of them are now better than the Ninja Lady Pythe, so you can pick the Ninja Lady to your heart's content.
The time to kill is faster now, and I don't like that.
Yeah, it is very fast now. It feels really good.
I got to go back
Just
to the
gonna
glory
melt
days
people.
of Halo 3.
Oh my god.
Well, glory days. Let's thank our patrons at this point. Of course, if you guys hadn't heard, if first time listening maybe, we have a Patreon. On our Patreon, you get exclusive additional Bleach Boys content every single week. So if you don't get enough for us every single time, you get a little bit extra on the Patreon. And a lot of times, it is absolute gibberish. So
yeah,
at this point, there should be a lot of extra content on there for you. We probably have at least 5 extra podcasts on there. So if you guys want to check that out, please do. Of course, if you guys are supporting us already, thank you so much. And then we'd give a special thank you to our captains and above. So let's start from numero uno. Thank you to PV, Matilda, Rizix, Veronica Bermudez, Pickle Rick, Sarah Berry, Aether Paradox, Head Captain and Mount Chillzy, also Chad Zabuelo, Braxton, Diego 3030, Reston Pierce, Tribble Rule, Rolando A. Ramirez, our Soul Espada, and Divine Departure, Messiah Reborn, still bald hater. So it's nice that they're keeping it nice and good to go. And if you guys haven't already, of course, check out our Discord as well. Shout out to all of them in there. The Discord has the best community. You can see Seireitei Times get posted every single time. People are making their own zanpakutos. They're making their own abilities, their own backstories. People are merging with other characters. People are dating people. I have no fucking idea what's going on.
Fusions?
Yeah. It's happening all over the place. So check it out. All that you would want to know, or all the links for that would be in the description down below.
More importantly, than anything, we have great news. My best friend has returned from the dead. A Plank of Wood returns.
Plank of Wood's back?
Plank of Wood is back.
Yeah, he's back.
And he came to me with a message that I promised to deliver on the podcast. Just says, Sam has AIDS, beware.
Okay, perfect. Wow, thank you, Plank of Woods. Well, I would assume.
And then I said I would let people know, and I gave him a gif of me saluting.
Okay.
Welcome back, best friend.
So he's not the only one that actually is getting a welcome back, because there's a Seireitei Times article, Chad's Second Coming.
No way.
Mm-hmm. And following Sam's betrayal and murder of Divine Departure, shocker, I guess I'm busy in my off time, I've murdered Divine Departure, who's a member of Squad Zero, if you remember. Yeah. So I've yeeted him. After a 3-day respawn time, he is reanimated to lead the Chad cult, and then cult's crossed out, it says club, to new heights. After Sam realized his first attempt of murdering Bleach Jesus failed, he swiftly bought an orphanage and recruited the children to lead a second attack at Divine Departure's homeland. And it's me and a bunch of babies just storming the beach of Normandy, I would assume.
And it's whatever this meme of baby was.
Yeah, so we're getting ready to really go wild here. And then the war continues on in the next article as we go to Seireitei Times, article number 2, Sam nukes Southern Farms.
Oh, no.
And Sam's attack on the sacred grounds of the Trojan horse farm slaughtered all the animals, but Sam knows that him and his army of orphans have a long way to go in order to fully silence Chad, now that Chad's reincarnation has arisen in Divine Departure. So it's still continuing the holy war against, by the way, this is not Chad the character, but C.H.A.D, the cult that is being run out of our Discord here.
The religion, sorry.
And you can see there's a full-on, I've attacked a barn, and in the barn, I can see there's one of my babies is taking on a Trojan horse. I have my little zanpakuto spirit just laying on the grass. There's mustard gas going. I've killed a whale.
Oh, no.
I've killed a whale. I have another baby that's dropping a dynamite on the roof of the farm.
Was that the same whale that washed up on the beach, Sam?
All right. Well, don't dox us, Jose. But yeah,
there
was
in Florida.
There was a whale that washed up on the beach the other day. Yeah. And then the last article I have, this one is just titled Sam. Very artsy. Very artsy. Could be about anything. And there's a lot of type in this one. Here we go. Sam was very proud of the one time he beat John at Rebirth of Souls. By the way, I beat him twice.
So twice.
I beat him. Well, it was two games.
Two rounds, right?
I beat him twice. However, he later found out that he wasn't even playing with John, but one of John's cats. And after begging the cat for a rematch, Sam got destroyed and rage quit. And in an attempt to redeem himself, Sam passes a federal law placing tariffs on all foreign goods. Wow, this has really come full circle.
Damn, Sam.
I am the cause of all the tariffs that have been blown up my emails.
Fault?
Yep, it's my fault.
My figure's going to be that much more expensive.
I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. But really, it's not my fault. It's John's
You're
cat's
the reason
fault.
the Switch
John's
is
cat.
$800, Sam.
It's John's cat's fault. He didn't replay me in Rebirth of Souls. And there's one last bit. Upon realizing he couldn't even beat a house pet at video games, Sam sent in the monkey he account shares with to beat John's cat. Which pet will emerge victorious? Find out next episode. And so you'll see there's a cat and he's holding a PS5 controller and it looks like he's breathing flames. Meanwhile, my monkey has a Gatling gun.
Damn.
And they're teeing themselves up to look like to fight on John's desk. So John's desk is going to be in for bad news there. But that's all the Seireitei Times for this week. Yeah, I've been very busy in the background here. I did a lot of plotting, a lot of wars I've been doing. Tariffs. I placed tariffs on everything.
This is the first time I have not heard anything of RoboPythes.
I wonder if maybe they felt a little bad after Pythe said that he keeps getting piss splat on him in the last episode. So maybe Seireitei Times has toned it back a little bit.
I have a genuine lore question for the lore people. Do plushies Momo Army, do they count as child soldiers?
Good question.
Oh, interesting.
Good question.
Are they kind of like...
Because can we have child soldier versus child soldier war in Sam's children from the orphanage versus plushies Momos?
Oh my god, what if plushies
recreate...
Momos are like Gotenks' little ghost people that just explode?
We're going to recreate trench warfare and both sides are going to be filled with just little kids just fighting each other across the trenches. It's going to be perfect.
I mean, that would be apt because mustard gas was the most used in trench warfare in World War I.
So we know who's coming out on top of that one. Easy peasy.
Okay, so what did Divine Departure want to know?
Sure. So Divine Departure. So first of all, I feel like I got to say my bad for murdering you, apparently. So, don't hold that against me. And he says he has a question for the boys. What do you think the lieutenants who haven't shown their bankais could be, and shikais for the Soul Reapers like Yoruichi and Mashiro, and others haven't shown their sword? So Isane, we talked about not that long ago, where Kubo said that it's an ice type. Zanpakuto.
Healing and ice, that was the answer.
Healing and ice.
Yep. Mashiro, I feel like probably falls in the same like Yoruichi camp, where she's like, oh, why would I use my Zanpakuto when I could just kick?
Yeah, and she just beats the shit out of everything.
Like, I'm just going to fucking fight.
I would like to imagine Mashiro just forgets she has it sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
And Kensei's the one holding it the whole time.
She runs out, and Kensei's like, where's your Zanpakuto? And she's like, oh,
you're
like,
right.
That's it. She's no going back now. They're already there.
Kensei's like the responsible husband that has to make sure she doesn't lose her purse, but it's just her sword.
For anybody else, like, I'm thinking, I mean, Lieutenant Iba could be goddamn fucking angry.
Dude, we don't know. He's a damn master. He might be the reason we win Hell Arc.
Okay, don't tease me with something I would love, Jose.
We just don't know what it does, but it's so powerful.
I could see Kira easily being some sort of a black hole.
Oh, yes, a gravity
just
type of
with
thing.
the weight doubling already being so ungodly broken. I could see it forming some sort of a mass.
What if it reverses, right? Like it creates a dome and it's like intense gravity, but everything it cuts gets lighter.
Oh, that'd be fun.
Sounds cool, but how would you use it?
Okay, well, he's unaffected because he's holding those.
So is he just gonna start making people float? Is that just
like lets them float,
like
and they have no control.
and then just drops them?
Just drops them to their death.
So I can calls it a day.
It makes them lighter. It also removes like their bodily stability, so they physically get crushed by the gravity.
That'd be insane.
Grotesque. That could be one for sure. Who else haven't? Well, there's a couple of new characters in the Hell Arc that obviously we have no fucking idea.
Oh, that's true. Yoruichi's and Urahara's daughter.
That's not a thing.
I know.
Akon is one of them.
Oh, Akon.
Akon could be goddamn anything. We know that all of the stuff that he used in the Hell Arc is not anything related to his abilities and just fucking Squad 12 stuff.
I guarantee he doesn't even have a sword.
I can see that.
Yeah. He keeps the tradition going.
Or he has it and is still just an Asauchi because he's busy doing dumb science.
Yeah, he just hasn't been given it the time of the day to do it.
So what? Who's the guy that can't talk? Lieutenant of Squad, whatever. Is he 8 or 7?
I don't know, but it's the one with the birds.
Yeah, he writes on the sword.
Oh yeah, the birds. Yeah.
I maybe it'll be something to do with like a mouth that can talk, and he can command you or something.
Oh my God, he's Black Bolt Black Bolt,
or the guy from Jujutsu Kaisen who.
I totally forgot about him.
Use the words as his power. He just says salmon tuna, whatever the fuck.
Is
over and
he
over
dead?
Do you want me to spoil it?
Yeah.
No.
That's a shame. I don't like him.
Oh, should I circle back really quick on this discussion that we had in the last podcast? Because Pythes and I, we recorded some shorts that are going to be coming out eventually, not anytime soon, because we're going to build up a backstock of all of them. But they will be coming out eventually. Robert, our boy numero uno, is working on them as we speak. But I talked last week about some Bleach merch that I was beefing with, and people have been guessing sometimes correctly and sometimes incorrectly in the podcast comments. Some would say that I missed to censor one word on accident. So some people have just straight up found out what it is. Again, they have been nothing but nice to me. I have since talked to them again since that time. They did not mention that they have watched the podcast. Thank God.
But if you do, I would really like.
They offered me two things. One of them is the unreleased thing that I had spoken about last podcast.
The one people couldn't hear me laugh because my Audacity cut it off.
Yes, which is very sad. So when I said that originally, Pythes was like dying of laughter, but he was so loud. I think Audacity has a noise gate on it, so
just
it cut
did not
it off.
register.
I was wiping tears from my eyes.
Some people said that my reaction gave away what I was talking about because they knew immediately which character it was. We've seen guesses like Yugrim, Shunsui, some other guesses on what it could possibly be. Some people said they're going to go back and scrape the podcast. We have talked about them before in the podcast.
Oh, you're totally right. I did bring it up a while ago.
So yeah, you could do that. Guys, listen, just no hate, no hate coming from me. I was just sharing a story that was miserable. Another person said they had the same exact thing happen to them with Amazon, which I can't imagine that being the fucking case this time around. So I did purchase two of them that we were speaking of, and I got a 20% discount. One of them is the unreleased one that they're gonna be sending to me as well. And this time I used PayPal because the last time it was Chase that was giving me an issue. So I just paid straight through PayPal, and shocker, this time I got like a confirmation email. I got like all kinds of goods. Yeah,
everything went good.
So it actually worked perfectly this time. So fingers crossed, maybe you'll see a new piece of Bleach merch pop up at some point here, and then you'll just maybe that'll be it.
Maybe they'll know. Maybe they won't know.
So since you hate that character, you're sending me the that's new, right?
Well, I've already been told to make sure I put it as a center display piece somewhere on the podcast.
Oh, yeah. Okay, you know what? That's funnier.
Yeah.
No, wait. Hang it from the ceiling right in the middle of the table.
So maybe I'll just like one of these times you'll see the background change, and it'll hide in here like a Where's Waldo somewhere.
And it'll be next to the Karen wig, so people will know how Sam got it.
Yep. Like a little war. It'll have a medal, and the medal will be wearing the Karen wig, and it'll be wrapped around the item. So that'll be my latest Karen purchase.
Of many.
I have one more thing that I can talk about, and then it's Bleach Rebirth of Souls. We've kind of fell off on Bleach Rebirth of Souls the past couple of weeks. I've not played it anytime recently, and not because I don't want to, but it's just because I'm addicted to Apex Legends at the moment, and I really like FPS games. Big FPS guy. But
I can tell you why I haven't been playing Rebirth of Souls.
No, we don't want to hear it again.
There's an event that's going on now in Monster Hunter that lets you craft armor that literally just makes you look like Shunsui.
Oh, okay, that's cool.
Another glitch, Pythes.
That's cool.
Well, no, that's not a glitch. This was intentional.
Oh, okay.
So there was a little bit of mudslinging going on that Bleach Rebirth of Souls did not sell very well.
Oh, yeah, I saw this on Twitter and immediately just scrolled past.
Yeah, it's just a lot of like, I don't know, wiener measuring, because obviously the Naruto games are uber successful. The Demon Slayer games are also uber successful. Bleach games, we want to be successful as well, but obviously different demographic has also not been going for a very, very long time. So a lot of people are saying like, oh, the Bleach game, I think the original quote was like they only sold 5,000 copies or something like that, which is impossible. That's such a low amount for that to possibly been a thing. So
John bought and distributed 5,000 copies on his own.
Yeah, on John's own, he was able to break that number. So we didn't have any official numbers for a while. We didn't have any charts to relate to on any of this. So people were really going at it on like what could possibly have been, a big disappointment. Of course, people were shitting on all of the Bleach people for wanting it to be successful. So we had the rankings for March, and I will read you the top 10 best-selling titles. And this is United States just so you guys know, because I guess a lot of the argument was like, oh, well, it didn't sell well out of Japan. The Japan numbers itself were even low. So this is for the month of March, and this includes physical and full game digital from Nintendo eShop, PlayStation, Steam, and Xbox platforms. And this is for publishers that volunteer this information. So there's going to be some publishers that don't volunteer this information. So number one release in March, where this is by the way, was also shocking, Assassin's Creed Shadows.
Oh, wow.
Mm-hmm.
There's also that game was garbage.
I feel like I didn't hear almost any press about it.
So I have heard the opposite, where a lot of people had Pythe's opinion, where it's like, that game looks like garbage. It's not going to be fun. Why would we play this? The last Assassin's Creed also was not great, and this one, they're not really following the historical timelines, was the argument, right? Whether that's true or not, fuck if I know.
That is my argument. It looks like a solid game, but it seems like it's not going to be historically accurate, and that's why I don't care.
Yeah, so it came out, and people were actually like, pretty good game.
Okay.
Pretty good game. I don't know about the historical parts. I've not heard a review of that, but people were actually pretty pleased. I've heard some stuff with the parkour is not as good as it was in other Assassin's Creed games. That's the one thing.
It's weird.
Second place goes to MLB The Show, which sports games just print money. And it's just got released that month as well. So, of course, that's going to go crazy.
Which is shocking. If there's any sports game I expected to fail, it would be a baseball game, because they all seem so boring.
Yeah. Well, I feel like baseball now has never been more watched, with Shuhei Ohtani being such a big superstar.
A lot of the Japanese players coming in, too, have been, knocking it out of the park. So it really is worldwide.
So I think it's really revitalized the game of baseball from someone who doesn't watch any baseball. Now I hear about it a lot more.
Yeah.
I mean, the last time I watched baseball was when they hung out with HoloLive.
Okay. Yeah.
So I know who the Dodgers are now.
Okay, good. And then third place. Now this last month was the number 1 title. Now this month it's the number 3 title, Monster Hunter Wilds.
Yeah.
So, still holding in there. It actually beat, and the fourth place one, which I'm surprised it beat this one, was WWE 2K25.
Wow, those games are so popular.
Mm-hmm. It could just be I don't know. Monster Hunters, I guess, just fucking killing it. Because I was going to say WWE and MLB The Show. I'm sure they're on every console ever. Mm-hmm. But yeah, it beat WWE. So big congrats to Monster Hunter Wilds, especially for a game that came out last month prior to this.
Hey, WrestleMania, baby.
Number 5, Split Fiction.
Oh, okay.
Which was also uber popular, so not surprised that it hit the number 5 spot.
Did that finally come out?
Mm-hmm. Yep, it's out. People loved it, said it was really good, which it seems like that guy, I don't remember what his name is, but he makes all of those co-op games. He kills it every single time.
Is this from the guy that made, what was the one with the divorced family?
It Takes Two.
It Takes Two.
God damn, that
fucking
guy?
game.
Same guy,
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, yeah, those games are great.
Yep. And then the next 3 shouldn't be any shocker because they just sell copies every single month. So we have in 6th place Call of Duty Black Ops 6. Mm-hmm. We have in 7th place PGA Tour 2K25. And then we have in 8th place the NBA 2K25. Those sports games are games that are going to basically sell copies no matter what month it is. They're always going to be selling copies. They're always going to be doing really well. And then, of course, Call of Duty Black Ops. I mean, those games will sell for their whole life. Just on and on and on.
Damn.
And then at 9th place, we have Bleach Rebirth of Souls.
Okay, so it didn't do
So
terribly.
it cracked the top 10?
Yeah.
Yeah, crack top 10. Mm-hmm.
For a niche fighting game, that's kind of crazy.
Yeah, so it did very, very well just based off that. I think I saw something that the initial numbers were coming in at about 500,000. Whether that be good or not, I don't know. So it's still impressive that it cracked the top 10. And then just to round it off with number 10 is Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. And then this is going to be just lovely. Number 11, Minecraft.
Oh, fantastic.
Yep.
Yo, Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 is awesome.
It's interesting that also there's the 2 games back to back. So obviously Minecraft is going to sell copies forever, especially with the Minecraft movie being in resurgence now. And then right underneath that, Grand Theft Auto 5. So if you ever wonder why they just continue to melt Grand Theft Auto 5, there's your answer. It's still
being bought.
12th spot. And this ranks it as it came out 9 months ago, but Grand Theft Auto 5 has been out longer than 9 months ago. So oh no, it's the last month rank. So last month it was a 9, now it got knocked down to a 12.
Gotcha. Damn.
If they gave half the love they gave to GTA to Red Dead Online, that shit would still be alive.
Yeah, but nothing else on the list is really shocking. Just they have Red Dead Redemption, Madden, Xenoblade, Marvel Spider-Man 2, EA Sports, college football. The usual suspects that you would expect to sell well every single month are on this list. So very impressive that Bleach is on there. Now, I would be very interested to see what its April statistics are going to be.
Do you think it's going to be a heavy
I
fall
bet
off?
it's not even on the list.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I think March, it's a shoe-in for hitting that just because it had so much hype behind it. Bleach is such a big community. I think the fall off is probably going to be pretty massive, but who knows? And I feel like they should have really have knocked out of the park with going like, hey, here's going to be the next DLC that's going to come in. Let's go. But now they're doing, which is amicable and respectable. They're fixing the game first, which makes sense, and that's nice. That's lovely. But yeah, I think it's going to take a hit on how many purchases it's going to get in the next month for sure.
Okay, so I have decided to look up because I love Monster Hunter. It has sold 108 million units so far.
Damn.
Jesus.
That's a lot.
Holy fuck. Is that just domestically?
Worldwide.
Worldwide? Damn.
When are you two going to join me in the experience of hunting the monsters? Bleach Boys Monster Hunter stream win.
So it looks like the statistic that might have popped everybody off is that about 5 days ago, someone posted, according to Steam, it sold 122,000 copies of Bleach Rebirth of Souls. So I think people were worried about that might have been potentially the only copies that it has. So an example, there's another one where Japan sales chart, Bleach Rebirth of Souls is barely registered at 6,000 copies in Japan. But I think that statistic came from only physical sales.
That makes
and
sense.
they're assuming that most of it was digital.
I'm excited to go to the convention next month and play live with people.
That'd be cool. That'd be really cool. What convention are you going to?
Animazement.
Oh yeah,
nice.
you go to that every year. Are there any big hitters for voice actors that are going to be there?
I told you the Digimon guy, and I'm going to get him to sign my VHS copy.
Nice. That's going to be so cool.
Oh, someone was posting. I don't think it's Collectathon. It's Nostalgia Con is coming to Anaheim, California in the Discord.
It's gonna be at the convention center?
They're having the Japanese voice actor for Goku, who's going to be there. The old lady.
I already got her autograph. I don't need that shit.
They're charging something like $5,000
just to get an autograph?
Dude, I got mine for free. What the fuck?
Yep, like $3,000 up to $5,000 with like a quote, because of course it's like fucking resellers with their stupid ass pops.
Yeah,
you know. So somebody, because they had all the prices on the websites, and so you have to pre-purchase like a guarantee to get your slot. Crazy prices on some of it, super fucking crazy.
I don't get like California cons, man. Over here in North Carolina, we just stand in line and you get the autograph.
Must be nice.
For free.
Must be
nice, dude. We don't. The only free one we got was from Michelle Ruff.
True.
Yeah.
True, and that was great. That was awesome.
She was so nice.
That was just because she was cool.
That was the highlight. Just she stayed after the Bleach panel. That was really
that was so sweet. She gave us hugs and stuff too.
I would be so happy, and there's just no way I'm gonna get it if it's even a possibility. I so badly want them to bring the Japanese voice actor for Aizen to this year's Anime Expo. It'd be so cool.
I mean, he's gonna be a big part of Core 4.
I know.
He has to.
I know. And if it's going based off a pattern, the first core, they did the English voice actors. The second core, they did Marita. Third core, they did English voice actors again. Fourth core, Japanese. Ooh. Fingers crossed. Aizen would be sick.
Ichigo, Aizen, Yuha.
Get Ichigo and Yuha.
That'd be so cool. That'd be so cool.
Oh my God, chills.
Yeah.
No. English and Japanese voice actors for Ichigo and Aizen.
I'm down.
Oh my God,
cool.
dude, I would die.
Johnny is never at Anime Expo, and I wonder if
he hates LA. He must hate.
Well,
LA.
I wonder if there's some sort of like where Johnny probably wants to be paid to appear in these things, and I wonder if Anime Expo is like, no, fuck you.
He's too much.
Because Anime Expo is so big, so I bet also Anime Expo is like,
one
no.
at Long Beach.
He's at a lot.
Yeah,
he's at a lot that are nearby. But just I saw him actually post a picture with jogged my memory. The Japanese voice actor for Aizen was at a convention somewhere. Johnny.
Damn.
I saw a TikTok where like Michelle Ruff was hanging out with the voice actor of Cone.
Cool.
That's funny.
They were like hauling ass in like a golf cart or something going to a con. I was like,
that's hilarious.
I want to be there.
Okay, well, let's go ahead. Let's wrap it. I didn't think I was going to reach the mark that we reached because I didn't have a lot of Bleach news to talk about here. But let's hop over and go to the captain's meeting where we're going to talk My Hero Academia Vigilantes, even though Jose told us to watch it, didn't watch it. I, for the record, everybody, just told him straight up I'm not fucking watching it.
He did say he's not watching it.
I shut that shit down on the get-go. I'm not like this Jose character who tells people to watch things and then he doesn't watch it. Like, I don't know what kind
I watched Freyrin.
Okay, Jose's got more Freyrin. Jose, we might lessen your sentence for some more Freyrin reviews.
So I guess in the captain's meeting it's Freyrin, and then I'm just going to ask them questions about Vigilantes and they will answer me.
All right. It's the Vigilantes potentially spoiler cast. So we'll see you guys on the Patreon if you want to check it out. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with us each and every week and watching. We will be back for next week. A reminder for you guys, if you guys also want to ask questions like Divine Departure, we have a whole Discord channel, Ask the Bleach Boys, in our Discord. So check it out, and we'll see you guys next week for more. Goodbye, everybody.